Okay, so this Saturday, as we're recording, we have another YouTube influencer crossover boxing event coming up, my man. Now, you might not know this because it's been promoted less than a missing persons on the back of a milk carton. It's actually
so bizarre.
Yeah,
so
no,
bizarre.
It's happening though. It's in LA at the bank in Los Angeles. The big gibber, Austin McBroom, and it's time for picks. And I'm talking the whole card, baby. Let me actually get the card up here so I can make sure we make some picks. And we need to throw a little wager on this for next week. I think the loser, as far as like who does the least amount of picks, we need to have a wager. Comment section will probably let us know. So comment section, what should the loser's punishment be? And again, we're picking the totality of the card. So the person that gets the least amount right is going to be the loser in this card. So we're going to pick the totality of the main card, I should say, not the actual like undercard stuff. But comment section, let us know while you're there. Subscribe, hit the like button. Okay, are you ready?
Shoot it.
First fight of the main card is Chase Damore and Corey Wharton. Do you know anything about these two gentlemen?
Who? I'm going to do the Conor McGregor. Jeremy Stevens. Who the
fuck is that? Who is that? Okay, so Chase Damore, I'm pretty good with that. Huh? Chase Damore is, I think, what's the league? Is the USFL still alive? What's the league that's like the subsidiary? Not even the subsidiary, but not the XFL, but that other football league that is like the secondary to the NFL. Remember, it was around for a couple of years. Was it the American Football League? I don't remember.
There was one that just came back.
It just came back. So anyway,
I think it's the USFL.
It might be the USFL. Chase Damore was on one of those teams. He's a defensive end. He's fucking huge. He's jacked to the gills. It's a little bit odd that he's fighting Corey Wharton, and he is from the show The Challenge. He was like a reality show participant. I actually used to watch The Challenge. Big CT fan, so shout out CT. But this is the fight. Neither of them have boxing experience at all, but measurables give Chase Damore a significant height and reach advantage. Corey Wharton's going to come in looking like
the defensive end.
The defensive end. Corey Wharton, I think, is probably under 6 feet. But both guys are athletic. You know what I'm saying? What are we thinking? Because this is a blind pick. We really don't know.
I got to go with the defensive end. The defensive end.
Yeah, listen, height and reach is going to win this, I think. Just a jab.
I think he's just going to shove him into the ropes and then just
land a couple
wild
jabs.
Haymakers.
Land a couple jabs, keep range. I'm going Chase Damore too. I just no offense
the hand
to Corey.
fighting.
Yeah, well, listen, if Corey Wharton can get inside of some of these long, rangy shots and do some work in the clinch, maybe, but I think we're going to see a very sloppy fight. I think Chase Damore takes it. Defensive ends all day. Shout out the USFL. The next one, East Coast versus West Coast in the influencer boxing scene. Adam Sala and Landon McBroom. We talked about this.
Who did Landon fight last?
So, okay, this is what I was going to bring up. We talked about this a couple months back, and we were all like, okay, Adam should win this. But do you remember what happened the last time Adam Sala was in the ring in Social Knockout? It wasn't the Walid Sharks fight. It was the other kid that I've never seen. Maybe we'll put a graphic on screen right now.
Adam had another fight after that?
Yes, and it was terrible. Adam fought some guy that had no idea how to box and made Adam kind of look silly. Was
it the soccer player?
I don't know what he played, but he wasn't boxing, and he was like coming in like old school, like put your dukes up, and it was not a good look. And Adam struggled with him, not like struggled with him like he was getting hurt, but struggled to just like do anything with him. Like this was a guy that Adam should have got out of there.
Yeah, I think it was a soccer player. I remember, but I never knew that actually happened.
It happened, bro, and it was awful. Like I said,
I never saw that one.
It was bad. So it made me go, hold on a second. Not that Adam's bad. I know he's a great boxer, but again, it's just I don't know if it's a power thing with Adam or just an ability to maybe he just wasn't taking it seriously, but it didn't look as convincing as Adam needed to. He should have got the guy out. And on the other side, we have Landon McBroom, who, quite frankly, we don't know a ton about. He beat up the kid that looked like he was a backup on High School Musical. I don't know how much that proves.
Social Gloves.
On Social Gloves 1, he beat up Ben
Yeah,
Azelart,
obviously. Yeah.
who has let's be honest. I don't know anything about Ben, but he has a High School Musical name. Like, he belongs in a Disney show, not in a boxing ring. So Landon was supposed to win that fight, and he did, and he cracked the kid, and the kid was doing 360s, but...
Is that the one where they wore like some type of headgear?
Yeah, they were wearing wrestling headgear for some reason.
I was wondering. I
was
remember,
like, why?
what's
Who's
going on,
about to
dude?
shoot a single leg? Like, what are we doing here? A high crotch, single leg to the high crotch, outside trip.
Man, I wish if we were there for that, I could. Oh man, on some
God,
commentary.
We wouldn't have made it past the first fight, bro. But okay,
You know what
so
we would have been like? We would have been like, freaking.
we'd have been the dodgeball freaking commentator.
No, who? Chris Eubank Jr.
Oh my God, yeah. We would have been that version of Chris Eubank.
Listen, I'll tell you right now. Quick side note: he got me ready to fight because I'm like, who put? I love Eubank Jr.
Yeah.
I'm like, who put him on the mic? He's just trashing us the whole time, bro. The first two.
Chris Eubank Jr. did not want to be there. I'm just gonna tell you now, he did not want to be there.
He was like, "What is going on here?" I'm like, "Oh no, man."
I'm not gonna be the guy that says he was salty, but he looked in the stands when 20,000 people were there before the first fight, and he's like, "You got to be kidding me." He was like, "How?"
Hey, he liked me, so I'm happy about it.
Oh yeah,
you know?
he had super nice things to say about you, but yeah, he was not happy about being there. He was like the most unenergetic person. He was like, "Oh yeah."
That would have been us. That would have been us when we saw the headgear.
No, I would have started just going crazy clowning it. But Adam Sala, Landon McBroom, who you going with, man? Actually, you know what?
I'm going with Adam.
Okay,
I'm going with Adam.
Good. I'm going.
Reason is because I don't know about that last fight, but because it was a soccer player and it was a weird event, I have a feeling it might have been some sneaky deals going on there or something.
Oh, okay, interesting.
I think that's the vibe that I get. I don't know the way that you're explaining it. I didn't see it,
bro. It was
but
not.
That's the feeling.
Here's why I'm going with Landon. Okay. Here's why I'm going with Landon, and I am going with Landon.
Yeah.
One, I think there is going to be a bit of a size difference. I know Landon's not a big guy, but I think there's going to be a bit of a size difference. And two, if this thing goes to a decision, Austin McBroom is the owner of the company. And I'm not saying that he's going to influence the judges in one way or another. I'm just saying. So
what are you saying? What are you saying about the judges?
Keep your eyes peeled on this one. If it's close. And I don't think Adam knocks him out. I don't.
So if you're saying there's a standing 8 in round 1 and then round 3.
So what you're saying is if there's a standing 8, who's the official? No, I think that Landon is better than I think we've seen, or he's getting better than we've seen. I've seen a couple clips of him. Like, oh, shit, okay, he's getting a little better. I think he makes this interesting, and I think a decision can go either way, and I'm going to say that Landon gets this decision here. Not because it's a blow-away decision, but I just think a close one, you got to lean toward the people paying you out. That's all I'm saying.
Well, when you put it that way, but
that's what I'm going with.
Who I think is going to actually win the fight is going to be Adam Sala.
Yeah. Okay, That's fair. But listen, I'm not trying to have this punishment, okay? I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get you to.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
Then we get to the battle of the RBs, and I'm not talking PlayStation controllers, baby, or fucking Xbox controllers. I'm talking.
You know where I'm going.
I already know. I'm talking the best running back possibly to ever live, Adrian Peterson, and the highlight reel from Michigan State, LeVeon Bell. Tell me why you're going AP. Go.
First of all, I was going AP from the beginning just because.
From the rip. It didn't matter who he was in there with. That's your boy, AP all the way.
One of my favorite athletes to watch, period. You know,
He's
if
one of
I
the
could
greatest
say
ever.
you have one day to watch, you know, your favorite athletes, it's like Michael Vick in his prime.
Yep.
Adrian Peterson in his prime.
Yep.
You know, just put that dude on a stretch and let him cut back one time and let him just get to that second level and and that high step, just put his freaking cleats into the dirt all the way, digging the turf right up. But
I know why you're more confident now.
And then
too.
we saw that clip.
Yep, I knew that's why you were more confident.
Oh, yes.
Yep. Listen,
just because
he can crack.
With someone like, all you got to make sure is that they're not too stiff, and they can learn to crack.
He can,
and not just like push and do that.
And you know
'cause
what?
You worry about the stiffness. And he said,
and you know
a
what?
little shuffle step behind
I
it.
know he shuffled him too. And you know what you said that really caught my attention? You said stiff. I watched some of the stuff from LeVeon recently. A little more stiff, not as much pop on the shots. Yeah, bro. Kind of straight, like standing straight up. And I'm like, where's the bend in our knees, my guy? You know?
Yeah, sometimes with the mitt training, you get into like this little.
I know,
little,
just
like,
tap
tap flow.
Yeah.
And it's to me, because we saw sparring footage.
Yeah.
Like, to me, I would, based off that combination from AP and the way that he kind of threw it, because it was a little like clunky, you know.
But it was still natural enough for him to be able to.
Correct. He seems like he may not be that good on the pads.
Right. It's more like very much.
But,
I'm in a fight. Let's go.
But he's showing pretty good fight instincts.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what matters in early fights, like first time fights, bro.
I know.
Sometimes that pad stuff.
I know, bro.
Like me, I actually like compete better than I hit pads because I'm not in like a boxing gym all the time.
Right.
So I don't do like the usual pad stuff.
Right.
But you put someone in front of me and you're talking about distance and timing. Like, I'm better at that than I am at hitting pads because I don't hit pads all the time. But some people hit pads all the time. And that's something that they get more comfortable with, and it doesn't translate. But dude,
I'm still reluctant, but I'm gonna go. Listen, I'm gonna go with the man that blessed us with his presence on the breakdown. I'm not gonna turn my back like Sensei is on our boy LeVeon Bell. I'm gonna rock with the breakdown zone. Give me LeVeon Bell. And how are you thinking this one goes down? If I'm gonna say LeVeon beats him in a decision.
Yes, I can say if LeVeon wins, he has to be faint. You know,
very technical
move.
But he's a big guy too. You never know. AP
I
gets
say
a little
Adrian
winded.
Adrian Peterson just needs to hold the center of the ring, you know, and throw that jab out there with some ring generalship points.
Can you imagine if AP comes out?
Nah, AP is gonna be freaking hunted, dude.
I'm saying, bro. Are you saying
Is
AP KO?
I think it might be like a stoppage.
Okay.
Because I feel like he may get into. He's gonna do like what Logan Paul did to Floyd at the end of the first round.
Oh God.
I could see some of that. You know what I'm saying? And then LeVeon just doing this, and then maybe
then one big uppercut.
He's not defending himself. Yeah.
Okay.
I could see like a hard punch being landed. If they're standing eights, they come into the mix, and then AP just being like, "I see the end zone."
Mm-hmm. Hand me the ball.
And there's the safety. He's the safety.
He just actually makes a pocket and just trucks him. Just runs him down in the middle of the ring. It would be insane.
He goes over the
bro.
ropes. WWE just freaking over the ropes.
Oh my God. Listen,
please.
I'm hoping that LeVeon outclasses him, but I'm almost wanting to root for my man AP. But now let's get to the nitty-gritty. And this video will probably come out on the same day that I make my prediction on my channel, so we're going to go ahead and do it here. But the entire reason this card is even happening, and Austin got all his friends to be on the undercard, it is the Big Gibber flying across the pond in the hometown of Austin McBroom to take down the whole damn promotion. Tell me who you got, man.
How many rounds is it?
8. I think 8 threes or 6. No, it's 6 threes. Excuse me, 6 threes. Jake's is 8 threes.
6.
6 threes is what Gibb told me. Austin's never gone 6.
Gibbs gonna have to win.
Gibb's never gone 6
He has to win
either.
4. He has to win 4.
Gibb has to win a convincing 4. Not
Correct.
just 4. He has to go out and win convincing 4, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You want me to pick first while you're thinking?
Yeah, you pick first. You go first in this one.
Oh, man. I picked Landon because of the same reason that people should pick Austin here.
Yeah.
But I can't do it to my boy Gibb. I can't go against him here because, listen, I understand the KSI Austin fight makes a lot more sense down the road, right? And Austin looks like, when I say Austin technically is looking better than I've seen some people pick this sport up, like he looks technically very good. And even to the point where I used to call him a fake southpaw, and I'm starting to see him look like a legitimate southpaw. Like he has adapted his left hand to really look good. The problem is every piece of evidence or piece of sparring footage or piece of technique work that I see from Austin is going backward. Everything. And I have a feeling he is betting on Gibb just rushing into range blindly or even behind punches and catching him going backward. And he can absolutely do that. But if he doesn't, it's a quick way to lose rounds. Again, if you're judging it objectively, and I'm legitimately going to try to be like, okay, the judges will be objective here. I don't know that, and that's why my Landon pick is kind of silly. But for the reasons in the main event, like this one, we need to be legitimate. I think Gibb, and it's a big if, he can avoid that backward shot, if he can avoid getting sniped, right? Because we're in 10s, and I know Austin's not going to hit like Jake, but we're in 10s. You know what I mean? So this is not going to be a feather. You know this now, right? You've felt those 10-ouncers. You know what that feels like, and you don't have to have a ton of power to put someone down. So if Gibb can avoid those for 6 rounds, and maybe even, who knows, man, maybe even Gibbs' work rate just outdoes Austin and he puts him away, and Gibbs talking about this big-time power he now has, but I think Austin, again, from what we've seen, trying to move backward and snipe Gibb, probably not the greatest game plan. We saw Taylor Holder try to do the same thing. Didn't really work out well for him. I just think Gibb, with his work ethic, with his ability to run guys over, and hopefully with some newfound, he already had patient pace, but some newfound entries into range to confuse Austin a bit. He hasn't fought a southpaw, and that worries me, but I'm going to go Gibb by decision. Literally the worst pick that you could pick for this, because Gibb needs to win it that way, but I just don't know if it's just Austin's event and you always worry about that stuff.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. The thing is, like for Gibb, I think if he can create enough clinch situations and enough pressure, if he can get,
and I think he has to hurt Austin too, early.
Yeah, he has to gas Austin. To me, he has to gas Austin to kind of level the playing field when it comes to just punching ability.
Yeah, just the popping Austin's shots.
Correct, because Gibb, he's definitely shown some progress. I haven't seen him recently, so I know I'm going off base what I've seen before. But even him when he hits the pads, he is like a load puncher. So he has to load the punch to throw it. Yeah. Like if he's throwing a hook, usually he has to rotate into it.
That's what worries me too. A little bit of the tail behind it. Yeah.
Correct. So, like, I think Austin has, especially with 10 ounces, he has enough just to slap shots in, just to throw the arm slap punches, the counter hooks, the quickness.
And he wants that. Like, from everything Austin's been saying, he wants to catch Gibb walking in. He's like, all that pressure,
and like
we're ready
blitzing,
for
lead backhands, blitzing in.
Yeah.
These are things that can be dangerous for Gibb because, like, Holder was gun shy.
After that first round, it was like non-existent for Taylor.
And I think Taylor had some of the ability to do some of those things because he's quick and he has those abilities. You know, he was on his back foot, but he wasn't looking to throw.
The question is,
with Taylor Holder. So
can Gibb do that to Austin? Can he make him gun shy after a round? Can he make him hesitant? Because Bryce couldn't.
Gibb's gonna have to make Austin miss.
Absolutely.
Lot.
Coming in, he's gonna have to, because that force meets force, and that's.
I was gonna say the pressure thing. That's why I'm like Austin. The reason I say Austin is because I think Gibb should definitely be able to do this if he doesn't get overzealous and just want to go in there and pressure him. If he can get Austin to try to extend himself and make it easier for Gibb to land his shots, and make the fight kind of messy and in the clinch, the dirty boxing. Because we see like Austin complain and get upset
with the clinching,
like Bryce and things like that.
That's
and I think that can. And Austin is kind of like me in the sense that he likes to throw shots that he wants to land.
Mm-hmm. Very
so
efficient.
Like pick his shots, and Gibb's gonna be nonstop. But that's the thing. The reason I say Austin is because Austin is just it's a bad matchup for Gibb because Gibb, I'm afraid, will make himself available.
Yeah, more than Austin will. Or even more than Gibb could probably capitalize on.
Correct. And if he's moving into it, 10-ounce gloves moving into shots, it makes it 10 times worse.
Yeah.
Can he counter the counter puncher?
And Austin, it's not a hard assessment to say Austin's probably the better natural athlete. He's picked up the sport far quicker.
Right. But he's only fought Bryce,
but there's
too.
That experience factor from Gibb. Gibb has fought everyone.
I don't think it's like a very, to me, it's not clear cut,
It's a good fight.
No.
The problem is
the styles for these guys is perfect because they're so opposite.
The problem is it's a worse matchup for Gibb than it is for Austin. Like Austin could probably, even in that last round, if he's not just fully gassed, the option is still there for the kill switch. On the other side, Gibb almost has to dominate every round. And it's and you're fighting the guy that's the head of the promotion.
If I was, exactly. I'm going to decision, it's for Austin, and the guy that's a little bit quicker and probably has some more pop on his shots and can fight better going backwards and Gibb's going to come forward. It's like on paper, it's like,
I know.
I know. As much as I hate to say it, but it's like,
I know.
If I was putting money on it, I would.
And if you are
probably put my money in Austin, and I would hope to lose it. You know?
Yeah, it's one of those things where I'm picking Gibb mostly because I want to see Gibb do this so badly. But there's also trying to remove bias from it. There is also a way. There is also multiple paths here for Gibb. It's just going to be a little bit harder. The smart money is probably, to be fair, on Austin for this. I'm a realist. I can admit that, but. Man, I got to see my boy Gibb do this. I got to. And that's the part of this is so hard,
And it's tough because I'm like, even when I say this, I think back and I go, well, when he fought Taylor, completely different fighter than when he fought Jake.
And here's the thing,
In and out, making Taylor miss,
How much do we give credit to or take away credit from Gibb for making Taylor fight the way he fought, right? Was it just nerves for Taylor or was it Gibb just being able to shut shit down?
And constant looks.
Yeah. How much can he do that?
Gibb and Bryce aren't even close to the same fighter, in my opinion.
No. Not right now. Not even. And I like Bryce, and I think Bryce could really make some waves if he really settles in. But
I saw him hitting pads, yeah.
Yeah, he's not the greatest ever, but I think he can be a guy, maybe in that mid-tier,
Yeah.
But Gibb is definitely a different level. I'm sticking with it. I'm going Gibb. So here's where we disagree. I have Gibb. You have Austin. I have we basically disagree the entire card. I have LeVeon. You have Adrian Peterson. I have Blueface. You have. I promise we didn't plan it like this. I have Blueface. You have Swaggy. I have Landon, which is probably the worst pick of the night, but fuck it. And you have Adam Sala, and then we both have Chase Damore. So there's opportunities here. Comment section. There's our picks. You guys let us know down below who you're going with. While you're there, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and also let us know what this punishment should be. People on the audio sphere, let us know. We need to know because I cannot wait to see Sensei in his new place doing some crazy punishment, staining up the carpet, something flying. I don't know what's happening, but
no, only W's from me from here on out, dude.
you already took one from me already. But there it is, folks. Who wins on Social Gloves 2?
How will I sit up in the nosebleeds?